Chapter 1 Beginnings. 11 years ago, burdened with $30,000 in student loans, I found myself on the cusp of an extraordinary journey, an international teaching assignment that would redefine my life. The decision to leave behind the familiar comforts of home was daunting, but the allure of distant shores and the promise of adventure beckoned irresistibly. Arriving in the bustling metropolis that would be my new home was a sensory overload. The streets buzzed with a symphony of unfamiliar sounds, the rhythmic honking of motorbikes, the vibrant calls of street vendors hawking exotic fruits and spices, and the melodic chatter of a language I had yet to master. The air was thick with the scent of street food and the humid embrace of a tropical climate. Navigating the labyrinthine markets became my first lesson in cultural immersion. Every step was a revelation, a negotiation of currency both in terms of money and local customs. Bargaining for fresh produce became a daily ritual, where language barriers melted away in smiles and gestures, and I learned the art of connecting with strangers through shared experiences. My modest apartment, a sanctuary amidst the urban chaos, became a canvas for my dreams. Its walls adorned with maps and postcards of distant lands served as constant reminders of the world waiting to be explored beyond the city limits. Evenings were spent poring over lesson plans, deciphering the nuances of a new educational system while grappling with the excitement and apprehension of teaching in a foreign tongue. The classroom, initially a realm of uncertainty, soon became a stage for transformation. Armed with patience and a passion for education, I navigated the challenges of language barriers and cultural differences, discovering that the universal language of learning transcends geographical boundaries. Each day brought new insights as I adapted lesson plans to resonate with the diverse backgrounds and experiences of my students. Beyond the school gates, the city revealed itself as a tapestry of contrasts. Ancient temples nestled amidst modern skyscrapers, tranquil parks where locals gathered for morning Tai Chi sessions, and bustling markets alive with the pulse of daily life. Weekends became opportunities for exploration, whether wandering through centuries-old neighborhoods steeped in history or venturing into the vibrant nightlife that illuminated the city's nocturnal soul. Amidst the whirlwind of adapting to a new environment, forging connections became paramount. Shared meals with local families became windows into their culture, where culinary traditions were passed down with pride and stories flowed freely across generations. Festivals and celebrations became invitations to participate in age-old customs, where the rhythm of drums and the scent of incense filled the air, weaving tales of community and belonging. In those early months, as I navigated the labyrinth of new experiences and emotions, I began to realize that this journey was not just about teaching or financial stability. It was a voyage of self-discovery. It was about embracing discomfort and uncertainty, finding strength in vulnerability, and uncovering the profound beauty that lies in the collision of cultures and perspectives. Looking back now, standing on the threshold of a significant milestone in my career and personal growth, I am grateful for the courage that propelled me to embark on this journey. 11 years ago, with $30,000 in student loans and a heart brimming with anticipation, I embarked on a path that would shape the course of my life in ways I could have never imagined. Chapter 2 Meeting Claire. 9 years ago, amidst the vibrant chaos of a bustling foreign market, fate wove our lives together in a tapestry of chance and destiny. Claire, with her infectious laughter and a radiant smile that could light up the darkest corners, entered my world like a breath of fresh air on a sweltering summer day. It was a typical afternoon in the heart of the city, a marketplace alive with the symphony of vendors hawking their goods in a cacophony of languages. Amidst the maze of stalls overflowing with spices, silks, and trinkets, Claire stood out like a jewel. Her blonde hair caught the sunlight in a halo of golden hues, and her eyes sparkled with curiosity as she engaged effortlessly with the locals. Our first encounter was brief, a fleeting exchange of smiles and polite nods amidst the hustle and bustle. Yet, there was an unmistakable connection, a shared recognition that our paths were destined to intersect in ways we couldn't yet fathom. It was not until a week later, by another stroke of serendipity, that our paths crossed again at a quaint cafe tucked away in a quiet alley. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee mingled with the scent of blooming jasmine as I walked in, and there she was, Claire, engrossed in a book about local history, her expression a mix of fascination and quiet contemplation. I hesitated for a moment, unsure if she would remember our brief encounter amidst the chaos of the market. But as fate would have it, she looked up, her eyes lighting up with recognition and a welcoming smile that melted away any lingering doubts. Over steaming cups of chai and plates of savory street food, our conversation flowed effortlessly. Claire shared tales of her journey, a nomadic spirit driven by a passion for education and a thirst for cultural immersion. Her stories painted vivid images of far-off lands and daring adventures, each anecdote infused with a deep appreciation for the beauty of diversity and the resilience of the human spirit. In Claire, I found a kindred soul, a fellow wanderer navigating the complexities of life abroad with grace and resilience. Her laughter was infectious, lifting the weight of unfamiliarity and filling the air with a sense of camaraderie that transcended language barriers. As days turned into weeks, our explorations of the city deepened our bond. We wandered through ancient temples steeped in centuries-old traditions, marveled at the intricate architecture of historic landmarks, and immersed ourselves in the rhythms of local festivals that pulsed with energy and life. Evenings became our sanctuary, a time to unwind and share dreams beneath the canopy of stars. We exchanged stories of childhood memories and future aspirations, each revelation deepening our understanding of each other's hopes and dreams. Through Claire's eyes, I discovered a newfound appreciation for the beauty of cultural diversity and the power of human connection. Her courage to embrace the unknown inspired me to step outside my comfort zone, challenging me to grow and evolve in ways I had never imagined. In Claire, I found not just a partner, but a soulmate, a beacon of light guiding me through the labyrinth of uncertainty and possibility. Together, we navigated the highs and lows of life abroad, celebrating victories and comforting each other through moments of doubt and homesickness. Looking back now, 9 years later, I am grateful for the serendipitous moment that brought Claire into my life. Our love story continues to unfold with each passing day, a testament to the transformative power of connection and the enduring beauty of finding home in the heart of another. Chapter 3: The Proposal. The years that followed our serendipitous meeting were a whirlwind of adventure, growth, and deepening love. Claire and I found solace and excitement in each other, exploring the world with wide-eyed wonder. Yet, amidst the bustling bazaars and tranquil temples, there was a shared recognition that we were building something far more profound than mere memories. It was a crisp autumn evening when I decided to propose to Claire, a night etched in my mind with the sharp clarity of a cherished photograph. The city, bathed in the golden hues of twilight, seemed to conspire with me, every corner whispering of impending romance. I had planned every detail meticulously, wanting the moment to be as perfect as the love we had nurtured over the years. We had a favorite spot, a secluded garden tucked away from the city's frenetic pace. It was a place where time seemed to slow, where the symphony of nature played a soothing melody that harmonized with our unspoken thoughts. The garden, with its winding pathways and blooming flowers, had witnessed countless conversations and shared silences, and it was here that I envisioned our next chapter beginning. As we walked hand in hand through the garden, the air was alive with the scent of jasmine and the soft rustle of leaves. The sky above transitioned from a warm orange to a deep indigo, a canvas painted with the promise of new beginnings. I could feel my heart pounding, each beat a reminder of the magnitude of what I was about to do. We reached a clearing, where a canopy of twinkling fairy lights cast a magical glow. In the center, a small table was set with candles flickering gently in the evening breeze. Claire's eyes widened in surprise, a smile spreading across her face as she took in the scene. "What's all this?" she asked, her voice a mix of curiosity and delight. I took a deep breath, feeling the weight of the moment settle over me. "Claire," I began, my voice steady despite the whirlwind of emotions within. "From the moment I met you, my life has been an incredible journey. Together, we've explored new places, faced challenges, and created memories that I will cherish forever. You've been my partner, my confidant, my inspiration. And now, I want to ask you something that will change our lives forever." Dropping to one knee, I produced a small velvet box from my pocket. The world around us seemed to hold its breath, the only sound the gentle rustling of leaves. Claire's eyes glistened with unshed tears, her hand covering her mouth in a gesture of surprise and joy. "Claire, will you marry me?" I asked, opening the box to reveal a delicate ring, its gemstone catching the light in a dazzling display. For a moment, time stood still. Then, with a radiant smile and tears streaming down her face, Claire nodded. "Yes, yes, 1,000 times yes," she exclaimed, her voice trembling with emotion. The relief and joy that washed over me were indescribable. As I slipped the ring onto her finger, the garden around us seemed to come alive, the fairy lights twinkling more brightly as if in celebration. We embraced, our hearts beating in unison, knowing that this was the beginning of a beautiful new chapter. The night was filled with laughter, whispered promises, and dreams of the future. We sat under the canopy of stars, talking about our hopes and aspirations, weaving a tapestry of dreams that would guide us in the years to come. The proposal was not just a promise of marriage, but a testament to the journey we had embarked on together. A journey of love, growth, and endless possibilities. As we left the garden that night, hand in hand, I knew that no matter where life took us, we would face it together. The proposal had solidified our bond, a beacon of love and commitment that would light our way in the adventures that lay ahead. Chapter 4: A New Beginning. The days following the proposal were filled with an exhilarating blend of excitement and anticipation. We were on the cusp of a new chapter in our lives, one that promised to be even more enriching and adventurous than the journey we had embarked on together so far. The autumn air seemed crisper, the colors more vivid, and every shared glance between Claire and me was filled with unspoken promises and dreams. Our decision to get married in the very city where our love story began was a given. It was a place that held our most cherished memories, a place that had witnessed our journey from strangers to soulmates. The preparations began in earnest, and as we delved into the details, we found ourselves drawn even closer. We chose a beautiful historic venue, a charming old mansion that had been converted into a boutique hotel. The mansion, with its ivy-covered walls and elegant gardens, was the perfect backdrop for our wedding. It exuded a timeless charm that resonated with the depth of our love. We envisioned a ceremony that was intimate yet grand, a celebration of not just our union, but of the love and support of our closest friends and family. Claire took the lead in planning, her natural flair for aesthetics and organization coming to the fore. I was more than happy to assist, eager to be a part of every decision. We spent countless evenings poring over details, from the color scheme and floral arrangements to the menu and music. Each choice was a reflection of our personalities and the journey we had shared. One of the most memorable moments in the planning process was choosing the wedding dress. Claire had always had an impeccable sense of style, and I knew that whatever she chose would be breathtaking. We visited numerous boutiques, each one offering a new perspective on what the perfect dress could be. Finally, in a quaint little shop tucked away in a quiet street, she found it. A stunning gown that seemed to be made just for her. The moment she stepped out of the dressing room, the look in her eyes was enough to tell me that this was the one. As the days turned into weeks, and the weeks into months, the excitement grew. We sent out invitations, each one a labor of love, handcrafted and personalized. Our friends and family were overjoyed, their enthusiasm adding to our own. The response was overwhelming, and we felt blessed to be surrounded by so much love and support. The night before the wedding was a whirlwind of activity. Friends and family had started to arrive, and the mansion was abuzz with laughter and joy. Claire and I had decided to spend the night apart, adhering to the old tradition that it was bad luck to see the bride before the wedding. It was a bittersweet decision, but one that added to the anticipation. That night, as I lay in bed, the reality of what was about to happen hit me. I was going to marry the woman of my dreams, the person who had become my best friend, my confidant, my everything. The thought was overwhelming, and I found myself reminiscing about our journey. From our first meeting in the bustling bazaar to our countless adventures, each moment had led us to this point. I felt a deep sense of gratitude for every twist and turn, every challenge and triumph that had brought us here. The morning of the wedding dawned bright and clear, the sun casting a golden glow over the mansion. There was a palpable sense of excitement in the air, a hum of activity as everyone prepared for the big day. I was surrounded by my closest friends, each one offering words of encouragement and support. As I donned my suit, a mix of nerves and excitement coursed through me. The ceremony was scheduled to take place in the garden, under a beautiful archway adorned with flowers. As I took my place at the altar, I glanced around at the faces of our loved ones, each one beaming with joy. The soft strains of music filled the air, and the anticipation grew with every passing moment. And then she appeared, Claire, radiant and beautiful, her gown shimmering in the sunlight. As she walked down the aisle, her eyes locked on mine. I felt a surge of emotion that took my breath away. This was it, the moment we had been waiting for. She reached my side, and as we stood together, hand in hand, the world seemed to fade away. The officiant began to speak, his words a gentle reminder of the vows we were about to make. We had written our own vows, each one a reflection of our love and commitment. As I spoke my vows, I felt a deep connection to Claire, a sense of unity and purpose that was overwhelming. Her vows were just as heartfelt, a beautiful testament to the journey we had shared and the future we were about to embark on. The ceremony was beautiful, filled with laughter, tears, and heartfelt moments. As we exchanged rings, a sense of completeness washed over me. This was the beginning of a new chapter, one that we would write together. When the officiant pronounced us husband and wife, the joy and applause that erupted around us was a testament to the love and support that surrounded us. The reception that followed was a joyous celebration. The garden was transformed into a magical wonderland, with twinkling lights and beautifully set tables. There was music, dancing, and an abundance of delicious food. Our first dance as husband and wife was a moment of pure magic, the world around us fading away as we moved to the rhythm of our hearts. As the night wore on, we were enveloped in the love and joy of our friends and family. Each speech, each toast, was a reminder of the journey we had taken and the love that had brought us here. The night was filled with laughter, joy, and a sense of fulfillment that was beyond words. As the celebration drew to a close, Claire and I found a quiet moment alone. We stood under the stars, hand in hand, the weight of the day settling over us. It had been a perfect day, a beautiful beginning to the next chapter of our lives. We knew that there would be challenges ahead, but we were ready to face them together. The journey that had brought us here had prepared us for whatever lay ahead, and we were ready to embrace it with open hearts and minds. As we stood there, the stars shining brightly above us, I felt a deep sense of contentment. This was the beginning of our forever, a journey that we would take hand in hand, with love, laughter, and unwavering commitment. The future was a blank canvas, and together we would paint a masterpiece. Chapter 5: Challenges and Triumphs. Life after the wedding felt like a beautiful dream. Claire and I were riding a wave of happiness, and every day seemed to bring new joys and adventures. We returned to our teaching jobs with renewed vigor, our bond stronger than ever, ready to face the world together. Our first year as a married couple was filled with blissful moments and shared achievements. We savored the small joys, cooking together in our cozy kitchen, exploring new corners of the city, and spending lazy Sundays curled up with a good book. Our apartment became our sanctuary, filled with love, laughter, and the warm glow of shared memories. But life, as we knew, is rarely smooth sailing. As the months passed, we encountered our fair share of challenges. The international school where we taught was undergoing significant changes, and the stress began to take its toll. The administration's new policies were demanding and often unrealistic, putting pressure on both teachers and students. The workload increased, and the long hours began to wear us down. Claire and I found ourselves navigating these challenges together, supporting each other through the tough times. We would come home exhausted, but the sight of each other at the end of the day was a constant reminder of why we were doing this. We spent countless evenings discussing our frustrations and fears, finding solace in each other's company. One particularly challenging period came when the school decided to implement a new curriculum. The transition was chaotic, with little guidance from the administration. Claire and I, along with our colleagues, were left to figure things out on our own. The days were long, filled with endless meetings and piles of paperwork. We often found ourselves working late into the night, trying to make sense of the changes and ensure our students didn't suffer. Despite the stress, Claire's unwavering positivity and resilience never ceased to amaze me. She approached every challenge with a calm determination, her passion for teaching shining through even in the toughest moments. Her strength became my anchor, and I drew inspiration from her every day. Our weekends became a cherished escape from the chaos. We would plan little getaways, exploring nearby towns and immersing ourselves in the local culture. These trips were a breath of fresh air, a chance to recharge and reconnect. We would stroll through bustling markets, savoring the sights and sounds, and indulge in delicious street food. Each trip was a reminder of why we had chosen this path and the experiences we were gaining along the way. One such weekend getaway took us to a quaint village nestled in the mountains. The village, with its narrow, winding streets and charming cottages, felt like a world away from the hustle and bustle of the city. We spent our days hiking through lush forests, discovering hidden waterfalls, and marveling at the breathtaking views. The evenings were spent around a cozy fireplace, sharing stories and dreaming about the future. It was during one of these evenings that Claire and I had a heart-to-heart conversation about our dreams and aspirations. We talked about our desire to make a difference, not just in our students' lives, but in the broader community. The idea of starting our own educational initiative began to take shape, a vision that would combine our passion for teaching with our desire to create lasting impact. Back in the city, we began to explore ways to turn our dream into reality. We connected with local NGOs and community leaders, seeking their guidance and support. Our evenings were spent brainstorming ideas, drafting proposals, and attending meetings. The process was challenging, often frustrating, but the vision of what we could achieve kept us going. The turning point came when we met Mr. Patel, a seasoned educator and philanthropist who had dedicated his life to improving education in underprivileged communities. Mr. Patel saw potential in our vision and offered to mentor us. His guidance and support were invaluable, helping us navigate the complexities of setting up an educational initiative. With Mr. Patel's help, we secured funding and resources to launch our pilot project, a weekend learning center for children from low-income families. The center aimed to provide holistic education, focusing not just on academics but also on life skills, creativity, and personal development. The launch of the Learning Center was a moment of immense pride and joy. We opened our doors to a group of eager, bright-eyed children, each one filled with potential. The first few weeks were challenging, as we adjusted to the demands of running the center while juggling our teaching jobs. But the sight of the children's smiles, their enthusiasm, and their progress made every effort worth it. Claire and I poured our hearts into the center, working tirelessly to create a nurturing and stimulating environment. We recruited volunteers, developed engaging curriculum, and organized workshops and activities. The community rallied around us, and the center soon became a beacon of hope and opportunity. The journey was not without its hurdles. There were days when we felt overwhelmed, when the challenges seemed insurmountable. But through it all, Claire's unwavering support and belief in our vision kept me going. Her ability to find joy in the little things, to see the silver lining in every cloud, was a constant source of strength. As the Learning Center grew, so did our dreams. We began to envision expanding our initiative, reaching more children, and creating a network of learning centers. The possibilities seemed endless, and the impact we could make was beyond anything we had imagined. Looking back, the challenges we faced only served to strengthen our bond and deepen our commitment to each other and our shared vision. Every obstacle we overcame, every triumph we celebrated, was a testament to our resilience and determination. Chapter 5 marked the beginning of a new chapter in our lives, one filled with purpose and passion. It was a journey of growth, both personal and professional, and a reminder that together, we could achieve anything. The road ahead was uncertain, but with Claire by my side, I knew we could face whatever came our way. Our love story, which had begun in a bustling bazaar and blossomed in a foreign land, was now intertwined with a mission to make a difference. And as we stood on the threshold of this new chapter, hand in hand, we were ready to embrace the future with open hearts and minds. Chapter 6. The Unforeseen Challenge. Life had settled into a comforting routine. Claire and I navigated our dual roles as teachers and founders of the Learning Center with a sense of purpose that permeated our every action. Each morning began with the promise of making a difference in the lives of our students, and each evening concluded with reflections on the day's victories and challenges. It was a crisp autumn morning when the unexpected news shattered our equilibrium. As I stood in front of a class of eager students, engrossed in a discussion about world history, my phone vibrated urgently. Glancing at the screen, I saw a message from Mr. Patel, our mentor at the Learning Center. Emergency meeting. Please come as soon as possible. Instinctively, I excused myself from the class, leaving my students in the capable hands of a colleague, and rushed to the center. Claire was already there, her brow furrowed with worry, Mr. Patel pacing anxiously in the small meeting room. His usually calm demeanor betrayed a sense of urgency that gripped us all. "We've hit a roadblock," Mr. Patel began, his voice tinged with concern. "The major donor who pledged support for the center has pulled out. Financial difficulties, they claim." The words hung heavy in the air. Our hearts sank. The Learning Center wasn't just a project. It was a lifeline for the children who depended on it for education, inspiration, and hope. Closing its doors meant denying them a future we had promised to help shape. Claire's eyes met mine, her resolve unwavering despite the weight of the news. "We can't let this setback define us," she said firmly. "We've come too far to give up now." Mr. Patel nodded in agreement. "We need to act fast. Without immediate funding, we won't be able to sustain operations beyond a few weeks." The next few days blurred into a whirlwind of frantic activity. Claire and I pored over spreadsheets, revisited funding proposals, and reached out to potential donors and supporters. Sleep became a luxury as we burned the midnight oil, fueled by determination and a sense of urgency to save what we had built from crumbling. Community support poured in unexpectedly. Parents of our students rallied behind us, organizing fundraising events and spreading the word through social media. Our colleagues at the international school offered their assistance, donating their time and expertise to help us navigate the crisis. Despite our tireless efforts, the looming deadline cast a shadow over our optimism. We knew that finding a new major donor in such a short time frame was a daunting task. The uncertainty gnawed at us, threatening to unravel everything we had worked so hard to achieve. Then, just when hope seemed to flicker, a ray of light emerged. Ms. Liu, a fellow teacher and close friend, approached us with a potential lead. She had a connection with a prominent philanthropist known for their passion for education and community development. A meeting was arranged, and we prepared ourselves for what could be our last chance to save the center. The day of the meeting dawned bright and clear. Claire and I arrived at the philanthropist's office, our hearts pounding with a mix of nerves and hope. The office was elegant, adorned with tasteful art and panoramic views of the city skyline. Mr. Bennett, the philanthropist, greeted us warmly, his demeanor a blend of curiosity and compassion. We presented our case with fervor, articulating the center's impact on the community and our vision for its future. We shared stories of transformation, children who had blossomed academically and personally under our care, families whose lives had been touched by the center's programs. Mr. Bennett listened attentively, his expressions shifting from contemplation to empathy. He asked probing questions, delving into the practicalities of our operations and the scalability of our vision. As we spoke, a sense of hope began to stir within us, tempered by the reality of our precarious situation. After what felt like an eternity, Mr. Bennett leaned forward, his eyes alight with purpose. "Your dedication and commitment are commendable," he said finally. "Education is a powerful tool for change, and your center embodies that potential. I believe in what you're doing, and I'm prepared to offer my support." Relief washed over us like a tidal wave. Claire's eyes shimmered with unshed tears, and I felt a weight lift off my shoulders. Mr. Bennett not only pledged financial backing but also offered to leverage his network and resources to ensure the center's sustainability and growth. With renewed vigor, we returned to the Learning Center. The news of Mr. Bennett's support spread like wildfire, igniting a renewed sense of hope and purpose among our staff and students. We used the funding to stabilize our operations, expand our outreach programs, and invest in infrastructure improvements. The months that followed were a testament to our resilience and the power of collective effort. The Learning Center flourished, becoming a hub of learning, creativity, and community engagement. New partnerships were forged, and our programs gained recognition for their innovative approach to education. Looking back, Chapter 6 was a pivotal moment in our journey. It taught us invaluable lessons about perseverance, the importance of relationships, and the transformative impact of unwavering belief in a shared vision. The challenges we faced only strengthened our resolve, fueling our commitment to creating a brighter future for the children we served. As we stood on the precipice of a new chapter, Claire and I knew that our journey was far from over. The road ahead would be filled with obstacles and uncertainties, but with Mr. Bennett's support and the unwavering dedication of our team, we were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Chapter 7: A New Dawn. As the days passed since our triumphant meeting with Mr. Bennett, a sense of renewed purpose infused every corner of the Learning Center. The support we received not only stabilized our operations but also opened doors to new possibilities. It was as if a dormant seed had finally found nourishment and began to sprout, spreading roots deep into the community we served. With Mr. Bennett's backing, we embarked on a period of expansion and innovation. The Learning Center buzzed with activity as we introduced new programs aimed at holistic child development. From arts and crafts workshops to STEM initiatives, each initiative was carefully designed to nurture creativity, critical thinking, and personal growth among our students. One of our proudest achievements during this time was the establishment of a scholarship fund. Thanks to generous donations from local businesses and individuals inspired by our mission, we were able to offer scholarships to deserving students from underprivileged backgrounds. It was a testament to the community's belief in our cause and a powerful affirmation of the impact education can have on breaking cycles of poverty. Claire and I found ourselves immersed in a whirlwind of responsibilities, from overseeing curriculum development to forging partnerships with local schools and organizations. The Learning Center became a beacon of hope for families seeking quality education and a supportive environment for their children to thrive. However, amidst the triumphs and progress, challenges continued to test our resilience. The city's bureaucracy presented hurdles in obtaining permits for expansion. Financial sustainability remained a constant concern, despite Mr. Bennett's initial support. We knew that to ensure long-term success, we needed to diversify our funding sources and strengthen our ties with the broader community. One evening, as Claire and I sat reviewing budget projections and brainstorming strategies, a familiar face appeared at the center's entrance. It was Rahul, a former student who had graduated from our program years ago. His broad smile and confident demeanor spoke volumes about the impact the Learning Center had on his life. "Rahul," Claire exclaimed, rising to greet him warmly. "It's so wonderful to see you. How have you been?" Rahul's eyes gleamed with gratitude as he recounted his journey since leaving the Learning Center. He had gone on to pursue higher education, thanks in part to the foundational skills and confidence he had gained during his time with us. Now a successful entrepreneur, Rahul expressed his desire to give back to the community that had supported him. "I owe so much to this place," Rahul said earnestly. "It's where I discovered my passion for technology and entrepreneurship. I want to help ensure that more kids like me get the same opportunities." His words struck a chord with us. Here was living proof of the center's impact, an individual whose life had been transformed by education and mentorship. Inspired by Rahul's commitment, Claire and I began exploring new avenues for community engagement and fundraising, leveraging Rahul's network and expertise. Under Rahul's guidance, we launched a mentorship program that paired students with industry professionals. It was a resounding success, offering students valuable insights into various career paths and practical skills they could apply in the real world. The program not only enhanced our curriculum but also strengthened our ties with local businesses, paving the way for internship opportunities and corporate sponsorships. As the mentorship program flourished, so did our partnership with Rahul's tech startup. Together, we developed a digital literacy initiative that equipped students with essential digital skills, preparing them for the demands of the modern workforce. The collaboration not only diversified our program offerings, but also positioned the Learning Center as a hub of innovation and future-ready education. Amidst these developments, Claire and I never lost sight of our core mission: to empower children with the tools they needed to succeed in life. Each success story, each milestone achieved by our students, reaffirmed our commitment to pushing boundaries and challenging norms in education. Yet, as Chapter 7 unfolded, we knew that our journey was far from over. New challenges awaited us on the horizon, challenges that would test our resolve and demand innovative solutions. But with the unwavering support of our community, the dedication of our team, and the belief that education is a catalyst for change, we were ready to face whatever the future held. The Learning Center had become more than just a place of education. It was a beacon of hope, a testament to the transformative power of passion, perseverance, and the unwavering belief in the potential of every child. And as we looked towards the future, we knew that the best was yet to come. Chapter 8, The Turning Point. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden hue over the bustling city, the Learning Center stood as a beacon of hope amidst the urban landscape. Inside its walls, Claire and I gathered with our team, reflecting on the journey that had brought us to this pivotal moment. The recent months had been a whirlwind of challenges and victories, each one shaping our resolve and deepening our commitment to our students and community. The initial euphoria of securing additional funding had given way to a series of tests, financial, logistical, and emotional, that had pushed us to our limits and beyond. The first test came unexpectedly, as soaring rental prices threatened to destabilize our carefully crafted budget. Hours of strategic planning and impassioned discussions followed, with Claire and I burning the midnight oil to explore alternative funding sources and negotiate with landlords. It was a testament to our resilience and determination that we emerged stronger, securing a lease extension that allowed us to continue our mission without compromise. Amidst these challenges, a silver lining emerged in the form of a groundbreaking partnership with a local university. Together, we launched an innovative STEM program that not only enriched our curriculum, but also provided students with unparalleled opportunities for hands-on learning and research. The collaboration garnered praise from educators and parents alike, reaffirming our belief in the power of collaboration to drive educational excellence. Yet, our journey was not without setbacks. The unexpected departure of a key staff member threatened to disrupt our operations and morale. It was a moment that tested the strength of our team, as we rallied together to fill the void and uphold the high standards of care and education that had become our hallmark. Spring brought a renewed sense of purpose as we expanded our outreach efforts into underserved communities. Through free tutoring sessions and mentorship programs, we witnessed firsthand the transformative impact of education in empowering young minds and breaking down barriers to success. Each success story fueled our determination to do more, to reach further, and to ensure that no child was left behind. The pinnacle of our efforts culminated in the annual Community Gala, a glittering affair that symbolized not just a fundraiser, but a celebration of unity and achievement. Against a backdrop of twinkling lights and laughter, students showcased their talents, parents beamed with pride, and donors marveled at the tangible impact of their contributions. It was a night that embodied the spirit of our Learning Center, a place where dreams were nurtured, barriers were broken, and futures were shaped. As the gala drew to a close, Claire and I found ourselves surrounded by supporters old and new, each one a testament to the enduring legacy of our work. Mr. Bennett, whose steadfast belief in our vision had been a guiding light throughout, approached us with a knowing smile. "You've done something remarkable here," he said, his voice tinged with pride. "But I have a feeling that your greatest achievements are still ahead of you." His words resonated deeply within us, fueling our optimism and igniting new sparks of creativity and ambition. Together with our dedicated team, we embraced the future with renewed vigor, knowing that our journey was far from over. The challenges had tested us, but they had also forged bonds of resilience and determination that would carry us forward. Chapter 8 was not just an ending, it was a new beginning. It was a testament to the transformative power of education, the strength of community, and the limitless potential of every child. And as we looked towards the horizon, illuminated by the promise of tomorrow, we knew that our best chapters were yet to be written.